Slave DiBiase.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, big baby? We back off in this thing. Whoa, day. I was having a couple of little technical. That's not a word. Technical difficulties just a second ago, so we had to get started a little later. But your boy is back. I'm here, man. Whether you digest this content religiously or in passing, I just want to say thank you. This is another live session of the Offenders Initiative podcast. I am your illustrious host, Slate DiBiase, aka Victor Von Slay, aka Tony Spark, aka Slathaniel Richards. And we are here for another good session, man. What's going on? You could have been anywhere in the world for your 420 sesh, but you're here with me. I just want to say thank you. Everybody that's pulling up, man, on my Stoneheads, on my True Offenders, man, what's going on with y'all? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Share the live, man, because without that, I won't know that y'all like what I'm doing. Of course, this is a live sesh. Hey, all right. Got my girl Jamie Ace 420. Everybody, whether you're watching it on the watch back or right now, yo, go check out her for all sorts of Zai content, man. She's good people. It's a good vibe. She does great reviews, giving you all sorts of know-how and steering you in the direction of putting great stuff in your blunt, your joint, or your bong. Salute to Jamie Ace 420 for session with me today. When you're in the comments, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I said before, and tell me what's the strain of the day, what you're smoking it out of, and where you're from. All right, y'all. Okay, so today y'all see the captions, right? Y'all see the captions. We got Stefon Diggs case explained. Now I'm gonna give y'all a little spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, he was found not guilty on charges of being accused of strangling his personal chef. So we're gonna look into that a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And also, too, we have the Daredevil Born Again season 2 finale. Yo, this might have been some of the best television on TV this year. This last episode, the courtroom scene, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, if you aren't on your Daredevil Born Again this, you definitely have a chance to now binge watch, because season 2 is over and we're going to go over the finale episode. And I'm feeling like maybe we should talk about that loser Stefon first. Let me see. You see here, y'all. I don't want to be rude, dude. Okay. We're going to it's a couple of things here, right? Because in the midst of all of this, Stefon Diggs' personal chef accused him of strangulation. We find out that they had some sort of sexual relationship going on. There were some text messages erased and that sort of stuff going on. It's shady's goings on. What your boy Slafe is peeling back the onion layers of all that bullshit. She was mad that she found out she wasn't the only one. So let me see. I guess we can go here. This is by Fawcett Media, y'all. Hold on. All right. Let's get us up here. While I'm doing this, man, this is the perfect time to roll up. If y'all just joining me, man, Fawcett Media, don't forget to give them a like, comment, and subscribe behind this. I'm going to see if they're going to give us a little bit more information before I go into the one-on-one proceedings that Stefon Diggs' defense had when they had their little one-on-one session with the victim. And I'm using air quotes without using them.
That is exactly what is required, and it is essential to the fair administration of justice. I recognize that serving as a juror in any case can be demanding.
Yeah, so there it is. Stefon Diggs, not guilty of strangulation of his chef. This BBL chef that was quite the interesting witness on the stand. Her stories were conflicting all over the place. She is most likely the reason that they ruled not guilty in this case, because she was the worst. I mean, she was the worst. It seemed.
You know what? With him even saying that, we might have to double back. And see that one-on-one situation. Like I'm telling y'all, anybody that has kept up with this case, man, it's sounding a whole lot like your ex is mad at you, so she's finding a way to like call the police and say you did something to her. It's one of those. I'm mad. I caught you cheating. I'm gonna tell the police you beat up on me. Let's check out. Hold on. We're gonna get back to you, Fawcett Media, maybe, but hold on. Let's check out. Yeah, see, now that's a little bit more befitting. Let's check out, because they went one-on-one with her and she crumbled on the stand. So this is by way of law and crime trials. Stefon Diggs, ex-chef, defense lawyer clash in a heated exchange. Normally when people ask you questions when you're not telling the truth, you end up getting a little defensive. Let's check it out. Hold on. Got the shorts version on TV and the regular version. Oh, salute, my brother. Salute. Every little bit counts. Hashtag small content creators unite. Salute to my man Dom's gas station, another Zod content creator.
That.
Check him out, y'all.
Especially in the way it was written.
Yes.
Right? And you were talking about the statement that you made to the Dedham police, right?
It was a voicemail, and I didn't listen. I read the transcript, so I didn't know her voice.
When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026.
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. So
I
don't
haven't
wanna
finished my
answer it.
question. When you told...
Hey, what is going on? It's like attitude from both sides already. What is going on here?
Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026, in a written text message, I didn't say that. You were referring to the statements that were reported in the press that you gave to the Dedham Police Department, correct?
I don't understand your question.
Did
What?
you or did you not write those words?
I don't understand
Yes.
your question without further explaining.
You can't testify under oath to this jury what you meant by the words you wrote to Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026?
I'm sorry. I don't understand your question without further explaining.
Nah, hold up. So everybody's understanding what she's asking her, right? So this, I don't understand the basis of your question. Can you please repeat? Yo, shut your ass up, man. You understand what she's saying?
You also asked Steph's girlfriend to, quote, please call my mediator and she will answer everything you need to know, but only in person and confidentially, right?
Yes.
Your mediator's name is Lynette Marie, right?
Lynette Marie.
Thank you. She's also known as Lynette Marie Turner.
I don't know.
You don't know your mediator's last name?
I don't know her. She's married. I don't know her.
Hey, I promise y'all, this is a blind reaction. I have not seen this. Somebody just suggested this to me. I'm telling you, nothing makes me chuckle and hearty har more than seeing a grown adult that has lived life over the age of 18 bullshit somebody when they talking to them, looking them dead in their face. Nothing makes me laugh more.
Exact last name.
Your mediator works for a company called LMT Global, correct?
Yes, that's her company.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
I'm showing you a corporate document from the state of Michigan. It is an amended annual report filed by LMT Global Corporation. Can you please read the name of the president of that company?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sidebar.
Well, she can't read or something? What's with the objections? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat the question because hold on, let's see if we can get past a little bit of this dead air. Hold up. We also got Max Pax on YouTube. This is man. Hold on. The Stoner family is showing up today. Oh, the Stoner family is showing up today. Salute Max Pax on YouTube. That's another Zah content creator, man. Please go and check out everything that brother got going on. As a matter of fact, him and Jamie Ace 420, they also do gaming and all sorts of things. It's just good vibes with these folks, man. Salute to the chat. Everybody pulling up, man. Whether religiously and passing, like I said, man, we're talking about Stefon Diggs being found not guilty for strangulation of his terrible chef over here. Look at her face, bro. This looks like the face of somebody who was finna lie their fucking ass off. You've lied so much that the shit that we are now in the midst of, you realize within yourself, Biggs, you gone too far.
Your mediator, Lynette Marie.
I'm gonna let y'all know the fucking the defense for Stefon. You seen how she was taking all long to go through all them papers and all of that? She been doing this on purpose. Spoiler alert, I got a theory. Stefon is hitting his lawyer too, because she sound like she got a little attitude. You know, let me not say that. But it wouldn't be too far-fetched to think so.
Issued a money demand to Stefon Diggs on December 29th, the day the criminal complaint in this case issued, right?
I'm not sure of the date.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I don't understand.
Well, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
If she recognizes it.
Do you recognize this email from L. Marie on December 29, 2025 to Stefon Diggs and a number of other people?
No, I don't recognize it.
You've never seen this money demand before?
I seen the money demand after that's it.
She just said she didn't recognize it.
Is that your mediator?
Hold on, wait. Either you don't know what that is, you didn't recognize it, or you know of the money transfer, but you still don't She's crumbling as we speak, bro. Look at this stupid face. That's a fact. Yo, Jamie, look at the way she walked off. Man, Karen took that little piece of paper and was like, we got her. Got him. That's the face she had.
Made a money demand on December 29th for money for you from Mr. Diggs.
Money for past wages.
The same day the criminal complaint in this case issued, and you didn't see it?
I can't answer that question.
I'm sorry?
I can't answer that question.
I can't answer the question.
You can't answer the question, Smeagol? Fuck out of here. You want to know why you can't answer the question? It's because you're lying. What's your lying at?
Without explaining further.
Can't answer that question under oath.
Without explaining.
Without explaining.
Your mediator demanded $19,000 on that date, didn't she?
For wages owed, yes.
But you see, this is what I'm talking about. Your mediator demanded $19,000, right?
Yes, for wages owed.
You just said you don't know what she talking about. Which one is it? Man, you know the manila folders that they be holding a little important paperwork in when we was younger, the manila folder. I'd have threw my manila folder at her ass. Yo, man, stop lying. Stop playing with these people up here.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to explain the question a little bit better.
Your Honor, I move to strike that.
Overruled. Answer stands.
Sorry?
Answer stands.
Thank you, Your Honor. You've made another money demand in this case, haven't you? Actually, before we get there, the
I didn't get a
19,000.
chance to answer the question.
Before we get there,
Are you withdrawing your
Yes.
question?
Hold on, what? Hooker, didn't you just say, I don't know? Did she just say, I don't know? Am I tripping, y'all? Am I tripping? No, facts. Okay. You know you done fucked up, right? Yeah, thanks, bro. Like, am I tripping here? Or did she just say she didn't know?
Question is with John. Thank you, Your Honor. After a money demand for $19,000 was provided to Stefon Diggs, on February 13th, you issued a public statement, didn't you?
Yes.
And in that public statement, you said, I have never sought money to settle this matter, right?
I haven't.
Well, hold on, wait. She just said she had never sought out for wages owed, but literally her mentor, whoever that was, sought out for wages, just crumbling on the stand.
April, you had hired a lawyer to represent you, right?
For workers' comp.
That's a yes or no question, ma'am.
Yes, for workers' comp.
Your Honor, may the witness be instructed to please answer the questions.
Yo, dude, yeah, all right. So Stefon, I don't care what she looked like. Stefon is whooping his motherfucking lawyer because she over there attacking her like that's his new girlfriend. You know when the new girlfriend and the old girlfriend get to talking and they be slick, y'all like getting smart with each other. I'm telling you, bro. He whooping the lawyer, and the lawyer is over there checking her on the stand right now. And I'm gonna tell you, nothing is better. Nothing is more crazier than a woman checking another woman, bro. That shit is like crazy.
All right. And for workers' comp, the lawyer you hired, is she sitting in this room right now?
Yes.
And she helped you prepare for your testimony in this case, right?
She came to support me.
She came to the meeting with the Commonwealth's lawyer to help prepare you for your testimony in this case, correct?
I don't know how to answer that question.
What? Yo, hey, bruh. My good brothers and sisters in Christ and Allah. Bruh, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. This is the type of woman you'll catch her cheating and you'll ask her questions and she'll be like,
I'm not sure what you're asking me here. I don't know what you really want me to say.
What you mean? This is how you get your head put between the motherfucking shower tub and the goddamn toilet. This is how that happens. When my man said, fire. Yeah, that's how you get hurt.
I'm not sure you want me to answer that question, please.
I don't know how to answer that question.
You can't answer that question under oath, ma'am?
No,
You met with the prosecutor last Thursday, right? With your lawyer, right?
I was told to have a lawyer because you guys asked me to plead the fifth on some things. So I was instructed to have my lawyer come.
So your testimony under oath is that the Commonwealth's attorney instructed you to bring your private lawyer?
Or a lawyer that you guys offered a lawyer. So I brought my private lawyer.
I'm sorry, when you say you guys, do you mean me, defense counsel for Mr. Diggs?
Yes.
Is your testimony under oath that I had some role in your preparation session with the district attorney's office to prepare you for your testimony in this case?
I was told that the defense said I needed to have a lawyer or they were going to provide a lawyer, something in that context about pleading the fifth about messages. So I brought my lawyer, which was when I walked to the side of the judge yesterday.
All right, y'all. Cheers, man. Cheers. I know it took me a second to get rolled up. Y'all probably already smoking, but cheers, man. Is this not annoying, y'all? The defense is asking straight up questions, and fucking Smeagol here doesn't want to get her shit together.
I'm sorry, I just don't know exactly how you want me to answer that question. My precious.
They says.
Your personal lawyer is here today, correct?
On workers' comp.
She's with the law firm of Boston Law. That's a law firm here in Dorchester, Massachusetts.
Ma'am, I think that was I apologize, but you do need to keep your voice up. I don't know if you
Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Tell the jury how much I think you described her as a workers' comp lawyer.
I got her because I was injured on the job and I needed to file a workers' comp case. Stefon Diggs did not have proper workers' and comp Insurance?
May-
The final portion of that answer will be stricken and you will disregard it. Ms. Adams, if you could just listen to the question, answer the
She's even annoying the judge in here, bro. The fact that you can't answer straight up questions that are being spoken in English, your whole little story of you trying to be the victim falls apart. Because I don't know about anybody else here, but if somebody do me some sort of wrong, I'm gonna remember who, what, when, where, and how. All this, it happened so fast. It ain't happened that fast. It was Stefon and he did it. I got the details. You want to know why you don't have no details? You want to know
Why I can't answer that question directly? I'm not sure what you want me to say.
it's because you're lying, Smeagol. That's why.
question. And if you need it rephrased, counsel will certainly rephrase it for you. Next
Okay.
question, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. 3 weeks ago, your lawyer demanded $5.5 million from Mr. Diggs, didn't he?
Hold on. Jamie Ace 420 says she needed some money. No, what happened here is he hired this girl. Stefon hired this girl to be his chef, right? Somewhere in there, they ended up taking it to a non-professional level. They started sleeping together. Once she realized that boy said, I'm a player, you know what I'm saying? When he hit her with that, I'm a player, bitch, I thought you knew. And she started seeing more and more women coming in and out of the house. Like he had hired this woman, had her staying at his house, cooking for him and all that kind of shit, right? She saw women coming in and out of the house. I'm imagining, because nobody uses condoms these days, I'm imagining Stefon was hitting raw too. So now she's seeing all this different traffic. Hey, hold player. Who that? Who that? You know what I'm saying? And when he hit her with the bitch, I pay you to make these motherfucking eggs and nothing else, don't question me. I don't think it went her way. She got mad and went on the I'm gonna get you fucked up, nigga. I know that's what it is. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Mr. Diggs offered me $100,000
Ma'am?
to recant my statement.
is a yes.
That is the
Your Honor.
only.
Maybe be heard at sidebar, please.
Objection moved and strike. During the last part of the witness's answer, the last part of the witness's response will be stricken as non-responsive. You will disregard it and you will not consider it during your deliberation.
Look at this. Look at this. Just lying. The defense rests. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen of the Stoner jury, the defense rests. Salute to Stefon Diggs for being found not guilty, because more and more brothers are going down every day for a motherfucker lying on them. You know what I'm saying? Just because they in they fee-fees because shit ain't going the way that they wanted to. Look at her. She looked defeated because she's lying. You're lying. And I hope you don't never get nobody else's business to cook for them or nothing, because you sleep with your motherfucking clients from come to what we find out. Y'all tell me how y'all feeling about that one, man. Salute the court crimes and all of that, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me how you feeling about that one in the session, man. Hold on. Don't forget, we still smoking. I forgot to tell y'all, Black Runs is the strain of the day for me. I rolled it up in this thing called the Woods. Afghani Buzz. But I wrapped it in a paper because the bitch wasn't locking the way that I need to. But it's smoking oh so lovely. Don't forget to tell me what you're smoking on, what you're smoking out of, and where you're from in the comments. But on to the next one. I have nothing to say, but celebrities stay in some stupid shit. All that money that they got, and they stay in some dumb shit. Exactly. Daredevil, Born Again, season 2 on Disney Plus. We just had our season 2 finale. Salute to Jamie 420 dabbing the Kim dog. You understand me? That's a good classic. It take your chest off to sit next to your chest. I love some good Kim dog. All right. So, I'm going to, and I don't know how many people watch this show, but if you're here and you're smoking with me, you definitely watch the show. So, let's see if we can, we can do it like this. This is from the boy Sammy J Reacts. I love everything that he does, and he does it in the short form. You know what I'm saying? So, well, actually, nah, we might have to take some time with this one. We might have to take some time with this one because that was a hell of a breakdown. Matter of fact, no, we're gonna go to Cosmic Wonder with this. I love Cosmic Wonder. Hold on, what he said. Finna go grab this white gumbo or something for the hip from Hippies Heaven. Okay. Y'all got any names just in case I bump into some? Just in case there's something I bump into. Okay. He's saying any suggestions on anything good he should put in his blunt. That white gumbo is definitely good to start off with, my boy. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely good to start off with. I haven't seen it, but once, if you happen to come across some Superman feet, please get that. I've only smoked it once, and from the name, you know what's going on. But let's see. From Cosmic Wonder, we have Daredevil Born Again Season 2, the finale breakdown and the ending explained, because it sets up so much. You got to remember, in about a week, we're going to get the special presentation from Marvel for Punisher. The Punisher's back, y'all. He's back. The Punisher, One Last Kill, will be premiering in just a week, and this episode goes directly into that from what I'm hearing. So let's take a look. This is from Cosmic Wonder. Don't forget to give him a like, comment, and subscribe. And let's take a look and a listen, y'all. Daredevil Born Again Season 2, the finale. Let's catch up.
Daredevil Born Again Season 2 finale. Spoilers coming at you in 3, 2, 1. What a finale. Go ahead and let me know right away what you thought about it in the comments down below, please. And wow, okay, Kingpin is free. Daredevil / Matt Murdock is in prison, although we might revisit him in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which of course we'll get into in this video. Bullseye is with Mr. Charles, possibly going on to form a Dark Avengers team. And
okay, let's stop right there. He says something that I've been thinking about all day. Bullseye chilling with Matthew Lillard's Mr. Charles here. If that is his real motherfucking name, this is Chef's kiss. Can y'all see Bullseye being on the Dark Avengers with the new guys, with Bucky and Black Widow's sister and Red Guardian and all of them? I see him going over there. You got to remember, that's a team full of villains. He would fit right in with his crazy ass, but the only thing is he's a little unpredictable. You don't want nobody on a mission like that. Anything could go wrong at any time.
we have Lady Muse coming back next season along with the Defenders. A lot to break down. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. This finale episode really does set up a lot as far as the future of the MCU is concerned. And it gets there through basically what happens in the courtroom in this episode. Karen has been arrested and she's on trial. And like we learned in the last episode, Kingpin is doing everything by the book here. Well, kind of. Sure, they're in court, but it's still him basically ruling over the court because he put in the Anti-Vigilante Act, the Safer Streets laws that basically make him the law. That combined with all the people that are under him doing his dirty work, like Hawkberg and Heather Glynn, the courts are basically his. But Matt has a plan to basically bring it all down. However, in the beginning, he's not there because after the last court session, again, in Kingpin's ways, he had the ABTF try to kill him.
The anti-vigilante task force tried to kill Daredevil while he was dressed in plain clothes last episode. He got shot in the leg. So my man already is blind. He got shot in the leg. What Will said on Bad Boys, hey man, what you going home for? You got shot in the leg. Your dick probably don't work. Yeah, so he got shot in the leg. He blind. His dick probably don't work. He's hurting. Luckily, Jessica Jones picked him up while he was bleeding out, and she's doctoring him up and all that. She's getting him right. She's hitting him with the little cortisone. Bow. She's getting him in there so that he can appear in court and properly try Wilson Fisk the Kingpin in front of a grand jury.
Him and Kirsten. They did not succeed, but they did end up shooting Matt, which is why he's not in court. We cut to him with Jessica Jones trying to help him. He looks like he's in rough shape, and Jessica even says, the city is out of hand. Kingpin is out of hand. I came back to help you. Can we stop him together? And he says, yes, together we can, but I got to get back in the courtroom. This is Matt saying, I want to stop him as Matt Murdock, as a lawyer. I want to expose him. But also, as we go on to find out, he wants to expose him because he is also Daredevil, one of the only people who were actually there on the Northern Star. So his real plan isn't to go to court and simply keep Karen Page out of jail. His plan is to go and bring Kingpin completely down. And
Okay, the idea, the caveat of at the end of the day, at the very first episode, Matt was the one who witnessed Kingpin actually doing his kingpinness. This would involve some sort of snitching or giving yourself up. One thing I could say about Kingpin is he a G. He been knew who Matt Murdock was, and he's never told on him. So this is a whole different tactic right here. Y'all watch.
Kingpin starts to realize that his empire is falling apart. We cut to a scene with him where he's reading something, and Buck comes in and he asks if Daniel delivered BB, in which Buck replies, no. And Kingpin seems to be
rest in peace to the Daniel character, man. Daniel was played by young boy that's the son of Tony Soprano in real life. Yeah, my man Buck right there shot him in the head last episode. Salute to him.
actually utterly shocked by this and incredibly disappointed. He is losing all the people around him who he cares about the most. He doesn't have many people that are close to him now. Daniel was one of those people he was relying on, and he basically just found out that he betrayed him and then Buck killed him. He knows that by the look on Buck's face. At the same time, he tells Buck that the citizens think that his grief over his wife Vanessa is clouding his judgment, and of course he sees all the riots and people rebelling.
That's exactly what's going on. I keep trying to tell everybody that watch this show, this is basically Daredevil season 5, right? If you've been watching since the Netflix series. Normally around season 5, things get a little wonky, but this was some actual good writing. You've seen Kingpin from the very first start having everything, and he was dangerous. Now you're about to see a man that's left with nothing. How dangerous do you think he'll be this time?
Against him, so he knows the people are turning on him as well. And to top it all off, when he sent the ABTF to kill Matt, he found out that they did not succeed. So he gives Buck a new order, and we go on to find out what that order is. A new plan. And if that plan would have succeeded, his plan might have actually worked. His plan was to dress somebody up as Bullseye and have them kill Matt Murdock when he comes outside of the courtroom. Then
and how messed up is that? If y'all remember earlier in the fucking season, didn't Matt take a bullet for Kingpin, big bowling ball head ass? He did. And he was planning to have a man killed. That's messed up, bruh.
Kingpin can say, Matt Murdock was a hero. He saved my life. And now he has been murdered by another vigilante. And this would help his case, because then he would go back into, you see, these streets are not safe. This is why I want the Safer Streets Initiative. This is why I am doing what I'm doing with the ABTF, to make the streets safer. We have to get rid of all of the vigilantes. That was his plan, but unfortunately for him,
yeah, man was trying to get all the vigilantes out of there because everybody knew who Kingpin was. That man said, if you are a vigilante, you will get life in prison. Damn, bro. Life in prison for being a vigilante?
it does not work because Bullseye intervenes. And I actually have a theory as to why he specifically intervenes in this case, but we'll get to that in a bit. Cut back to the courtroom, and we see both Hawkburn and Heather Glenn lying, basically. In the last episode and in previous episodes, we saw Heather lying. She does this for Kingpin, and Hawkburn does the same. But she's thrown a little off guard when Matt Murdock comes in, her ex-boyfriend who disappeared with...
Now, let's talk about this Heather Glenn character, right? Made up for the show, woo-de-woo and all of that. She has gone down a path this season of complete insanity, to the point where, spoiler alert, she's probably going to be playing Lady Muse in season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. If you've watched the earlier parts of this season, well, last season, you remember who Muse was. She's had PTSD since that attack ever since then. But her whole frustration is she really just mad because Matt Murdock won't whoop her shit no more. This is crazy, man. She not getting her cheeks clapped no more, so she got a whole attitude problem. You can't make this shit up.
Without telling her, basically. And that, combined with almost being killed by Muse, has really haunted her and has caused her a lot of PTSD. So seeing Matt in that courtroom is actually really hard for her. Then Hawkberg has her read a passage from a book that she wrote, Men in Mass, The Psychology of Vigilantes. And this is really interesting because...
Salute to everybody smoking on that Stardog.
In the first season, we heard about her writing this book, and she's telling Matt about that, and obviously he's a masked vigilante, but she did not know it. She is about to find out, though. The passage reads, the vigilante's mask does not hide his public face. In fact, it reveals his private face. The real mask is what he wears in public life. The dutiful boyfriend, the responsible boss. And when she is saying these things, they actually zoom in on Matt because she is talking about him. She
You know, they describe Batman the same exact way. A lot of folks say Bruce Wayne is the disguise and Batman is the real version of Bruce. So I understand what she's saying in a psychological sense. She's still a villain, though.
Felt betrayed by Matt. She felt like she didn't really know who he really was. Like he was actually wearing a mask. And basically what she is saying here is the mask is the real you, the dark part of you that is the truth. People hide who they really are in public, and in private, they let who they really are out, which is why the mask is actually somebody being truthful about who they are. And this comes into play big time at the end when she becomes Lady Muse. Then Kirsten gets up and straight up asks her if she slapped Miss Page. And we see the bruise.
She definitely slapped the shit out of Karen Page in that motherfucking questioning room last episode. That shit was crazy too. And she got away with it.
On Karen's face from where Heather actually did hit her. Now, of course, they object and they don't allow her to continue, but Kirsten's whole point was to get this all on camera. She asked the question, and then the cameras would obviously show Karen's face and people would see the bruise. And this would basically tell the public, look, this so-called professional doctor is
Correct, Dom, correct.
working with Kingpin and saying what he wants her to say. That's really the whole point of this court session, is to show the public what is really going on and for Matt to take down the system that Kingpin put in place. In fact, Matt goes up to ask a question and Heather says she hid, talking about Karen, behind Daredevil, and Matt says the same way you're hiding behind the Fisk administration.
It's just so far to... It's so bad to see how down bad she is because she finding in a motherfucker. She just crazy as hell. My fellas, anybody in the chat, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all done had that one that was just, why you so fine, but you motherfucking crazy, bro. Just chill out. You so fucking crazy with your fine ass. Everybody that came across one of them.
It's again showing the public she is with Kingpin. There's no real truth being told here. The court then takes a recess and we see somebody who looks just like Bullseye set up to be ready to take somebody out across from the courtroom. Now, of course, it's revealed that this isn't actually Bullseye and Kingpin ordered somebody to dress up like him. And again, this was a part of his plan to say that Bullseye killed Matt Murdock, a hero, and vigilantes are evil. But it backfires in a big way. Kingpin actually shows up to court. Matt Murdock wants him there to question him, and Hochberg says, yeah, that's fine. We welcome his self-sabotage. And Hochberg says this because Kingpin basically rules the court. The judges, at least up until this point, do what he says. Kingpin is the law. So
when Kingpin entered the court, y'all, it was straight aura forming. They gave him the camera shot it from like his back on up and all that, making it look like he was a towering giant just walking in the courtroom and everybody was scared and all that. Salute to Vincent D'Onofrio for playing the MCU's version of the Kingpin. He's done a wonderful job, y'all, for real.
having him there to talk about Karen Page is a no-brainer, at least so it seems, for Hochberg. But they don't realize the true purpose. The true purpose isn't to get Kingpin in there so they can get Karen Page off. It is to bring down Kingpin, to get him to expose what really happened. And I really love the scene where Kingpin comes in. The doors open up, and just the way that they shoot this, the angle and how he walks with his arms swinging, makes him look huge, like he is supposed to look. Kingpin is supposed to be massive. Obviously, Wilson D'Onofrio's.
A lot of folks don't know that in the comics, right? You're looking at Kingpin and you're thinking of like a big fat guy and all of that. No, in the comic books, that dude is like 10% body fat, either 10 or 2% body fat. That means the rest of him is nothing but muscle. Let me see how much Kingpin weighs. How much does Kingpin weigh in the comics?
The Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, typically weighs 450 pounds, which is 204 kilograms in the Marvel Comics.
Often cited as having less than 2% body fat. This dude is nothing but muscle. He tall as shit, and he got old man strength.
This is a very realistic take on him, but in the scene right here, you can just feel kind of the weight of him, feel how strong he is. Something really cool here, when he walks in, you can hear his footsteps hit the ground, and then that changes to his heartbeat, actually. And Matt actually hears his heartbeat when he's swearing to tell the truth, when he's taking the oath, and he can hear it actually speed up a bit, which causes Matt to smile. He knows Kingpin is nervous. Kingpin starts off by stating,
I like how every time Matt uses his powers, the whole being able to hear and all of that, like the screen kind of flashes red a little bit to let you know he's using his powers. As Kingpin was walking to the stand, you hear him listening to you hear Matt listening to Kingpin's fucking heartbeat, and it's like boom, 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 like somebody who know they in some shit. You know what I'm saying?
When he was a boy, he was told to find the biggest man and take him down. But as he grew up, he learned that nobody was bigger than the courtroom. And this is because, obviously, in the Daredevil Netflix series, he was thrown in jail. He was literally the big man. He was in charge of all of the crime organizations in New York, but ultimately the law took him down and he went to prison. But then he got out and then he became mayor. So, yeah. Now, Matt says, I was a little surprised to see.
Wait a minute. We not going to act like Cosmic Wonder ain't just say what he just said. My man got convicted of some felonies. He went to prison and then he got out and became mayor. That sounds a lot like another government political official that has over 30 motherfucking felonies and he became president.
So, yeah. Now, Matt says, I was a little surprised to see you showed up. And Kingpin says, I can say the same for you. And this is because he is actually genuinely surprised that the AVTF did not kill him. And even though they failed, they did manage to shoot him. But he showed up anyways, which is something else not going according to Kingpin's plan. And speaking of, at that moment, Bullseye shows up and kills the fake Bullseye. He kills all the AVTF in that building, throwing knives, ricocheting them off the floor and the wall.
This was one of the best scenes in the entire episode, and it was short. Like I said, I want to see the Bullseye character again. He was bouncing knives off of everything. He wasn't just hitting folks with the blades. He was bouncing the knives off and hitting people with the butt of the blade, with the butt of the knife, and knocking them out or making their head hit something else. That whole scene was just fire, bruh.
Etc. He doesn't just simply go straight for the kill. He kind of has fun with it. And when he finally kills the imposter, he throws his knife right into the bullseye that is on the mask, right into the middle of his head. I love that little fact there. He has the bullseye on there because he's pretending to be Bullseye, and that's exactly where Bullseye kills him.
Now, where I'm wondering is Marvel going to like address these characters that they're supposed to be humans, but they have like above average strength and speed and things of that nature? Because the way that Dex throws these knives and the pinpoint precision and how he damn near can go hand to hand with Daredevil with quickness and strength and agility, like that kind of shit has to be addressed. We know Daredevil kind of got his powers from that toxic waste that took his eyes out. It amplified everything else on him. I wonder what happened to Dex besides that cybernetic spine he has.
So back in the courtroom, Matt starts to ask Kingpin questions and state things that, again, aren't really relating to Karen Page that much, but are more along the lines of getting the court to realize that the whole system under Kingpin is wrong. And in fact, he even says that at one point in time, Bullseye was under his employment, showing the hypocrisy there. Again, he's just trying to take Kingpin down. And Kingpin realized.
Hold on. Mac, you said Arrow? Okay, so like somebody like a Batman or Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, like you would address them as like, I know in the DC comics they're saying like Batman is like Olympic peak athletic shape. He's in Olympic peak athletic shape and all of that. He's the epitome of what it means to be a in shape, strong, you know what I'm saying, man, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. They're gonna have to explain something, because the way that Bullseye throws those knives and all of that, man, it's just it's superhuman. It's superhuman. It's damn near super soldierish, like on some Captain America type shit.
This is it. And he asks, do you really want to do this, Mr. Murdoch? Basically stating, do you really want to reveal your true identity and go at it with me? Do you really want to just drop the gloves, push everything to the side, and just make it about you and me? And Matt says, absolutely. And he starts to get the attention of the judge. Matt.
This is what I'm saying. Kingpin was still a G. Daredevil tells him, he says, you know there's another witness, and that witness is in this courtroom of what you did. Kingpin sunk a whole ship full of people to cover up some evidence of him having illegal weapons that he was shipping out to warlords and shit like that. He sinks the whole ship with people on it, but Daredevil was on the ship, so he's the only other witness there. Matt Murdock is the one who's trying him at the moment, meaning he would have to reveal himself in order to take Kingpin down. So he would be coming out as a vigilante. This will be the second time this happens in the MCU. You remember what happened with Spider-Man in No Way Home?
Says, no, there's zero.
And Iron Man. he was the first person to do it.
Proof that Daredevil did anything to the Northern Star. It's just Officer Powell who said it, who was under your employment. Same thing with the district attorney, under your employment. And when they try to object, the judge overrules it because she's starting to see what exactly Matt Murdock is trying to do here. Then they have Christophe's testimony, which they filmed before, which is going to say that Kingpin ordered the ship be sunk. And I absolutely love this scene because as the judge is seeing the counselors in her quarters, Kingpin knows Matt can hear him, even though he's not in the same room, and he's speaking to him.
He talks to him ever so softly. They're between thick ass walls. This is how you know Matt's hearing is crazy. He's talking to him through a wall and he whispers. He says, you know, Murdoch, I could say a whole lot of things about you in this room that'll ruin your life. And as you can see, you see the red flashing across the screen here. This is Daredevil using his powers. And he's like, I could say the same about you. This episode was spicy, bruh.
Literally from the standstill, knowing that he can hear him. It just shows you how much Kingpin actually knows Daredevil. Kingpin says, I can get you thrown in jail forever. Matt says, I could say the same for you. And what's interesting is when they talk about appeal, Hochberg says there's not going to be an appeal. And Matt immediately calls him out and says, really? You're saying that out loud in front of the judges? You might as well just hand Fisk the robe and gavel. What Hochberg was basically saying is, look, Fisk is the law, not the judges. There's not going to be an appeal. But now Matt is playing to the judges, and he's saying, really? They're the ones that have the power, but I guess you're just saying that Kingpin's word is final, not the judges. But this, of course, strikes a chord with them because they are the law, not Kingpin. They are the judges. So they allow the video to be shown. So the video states that Daredevil was on the ship, but it was under the order of Mayor Kingpin that the ship was sunk. So Daredevil is actually the only living witness left. And Kingpin obviously realizes what Matt is about to do. He's about to reveal that he's Daredevil. And Kingpin says, I welcome going down this road with you. And then he says, what if the people of New York disagree with you? What if the people of New York think Daredevil is a hero? And this is actually a plan that Matt has because Kingpin called Matt Murdock a hero. And if Matt Murdock is Daredevil, then Kingpin kind of called Daredevil a hero as well. That's why Kingpin actually laughs in the scene.
That's a fact. He kept talking, and this is what made him do what he had to do. He definitely made the right decision. And this also shows you how much Matt loves Karen, because basically, if you out yourself as a vigilante, bro, like you still broke the law. You did several things. You're going to jail.
And he realizes what Matt is doing. At that moment, Jessica Jones comes in with the governor, who Kingpin basically knows is going to overthrow him. She's going to revoke his charter, his Freeport charter, and get him out of office. And this makes Kingpin angry. So ultimately, he snaps and says, you know what? It's none of your dang business what I'm bringing into the city. I'm doing what I think is right for the city. And since there's only one witness who can say what actually happened on the Northern Star, and that is Daredevil, Matt Murdock comes out and says it. I am Daredevil. And of course, nobody believes it at first, a blind lawyer actually being a masked vigilante, but then he throws his cane, bounces it off a couple of walls, and catches it.
That was fire. That was fire. He's in the whole courtroom, right? He's in the whole courtroom, and he turns to everybody and he tells them, you know, Daredevil's the only witness that was there, right? He said, I am Daredevil. They didn't believe him, right? Because he's blind. He throws the little baton off the wall, bounces it off for 2-3 places, and then catches it with his hand without looking at it. Fire. They showing his MCU powers. I know in the Netflix series, it was a little bit more grounded in realism, but I like how they're putting a little bit of that superhuman, you know what I'm saying, comic book swag to it without running the fuck out.
Showing them, yeah, no, I'm really him. And then he establishes that Kingpin is corrupt and everything that he has done, including setting the laws in this court, is corrupt, and it's all used for the benefit of Kingpin. The court agrees and dismisses the case. Then Kingpin and Matt meet at the entrance of the court building, and Kingpin refuses to back down, even after the governor told Kingpin she revoked the Freeport charter and asked him to step down. Kingpin.
Not only did she ask him to step down, with everything that he did, remember, I told you, he sunk a boat full of people that were alive to bury evidence. He's killed a bunch of people. He's had illegal dealings being in the mayoral office, and they told him, step down as mayor, leave the city, and we won't prosecute you. Who isn't leaving as soon as they said it? I'm out. I'm not going back to prison. Oh, no, not old Kingpin.
and said, yeah, you better file all your paperwork because I'm not going down without a fight. Because remember, Kingpin has a plan. The fake Bullseye is supposed to shoot Matt Murdock. And as they're talking, Powell even tells the shooter, take the shot. But Bullseye responds, wrong Bullseye. And he shoots to kill Kingpin, but Buck gets in the way and he takes the shot. They then move everybody to the courtroom. And even though things didn't go quite according to Kingpin's plan, he still addresses the city and kind of changes what the plan originally was. Now he simply says, another vigilante attacked and now my aide has been shot. And there are masked people coming to attack us. And these are just civilians, but he is pinning them.
What's crazy is as soon as he said there are people on their way to attack us, the city of New York was definitely masking up. It was a bunch of people with Daredevil masks, homemade, or some shit that they got off the internet and shit like that, man. They were really coming to the courthouse, you know what I'm saying, on some January 6th type shit.
Out to be bad guys. So he's basically calling for a war, still claiming to be the good guy. But then the BB report comes on and basically says the opposite. Kingpin is the villain. The anti-vigilante task force are the villains. Our city is under siege by them. And with her report comes the other side of the army. The actual police force, not the anti-vigilante task force, shows up with masked civilians to take their city back. And we see the people arrive at the court. Daredevil suits up and both sides are ready for this final battle. Notice that when we see Kingpin, he is cupping Buck's face, hand on his face. It's very intimate, and that is really because Buck is really the last person that Kingpin has that he actually cares about. Him and Buck are actually very, very close. Sure, he has Hawkberg, sure, he has Heather Glenn and the ABTF, but he doesn't truly care about them. Buck, however, he does care about, which is why they have such an intimate moment here. Kingpin orders the ABTF to not let Karen or Matt Murdock leave the building and tells them to kill them. Meanwhile,
Yo, this is when I said, okay, he's truly going back to being Kingpin all the way. He said straight up, he said, no matter what happens tonight, no matter what happens to us, he said, Karen Page and Matt Murdock do not leave this building alive. I said, he's back to being Kingpin. I like that better anyway, because this fucking goody two shoes mayor shit, I hated it. Well, I didn't hate it. It's a part of the story, but I like Kingpin being Kingpin. You feel what I'm saying?
while outside, things are taking a drastic change. Cole has a sudden change of heart when he realizes that Powell has been lying to him. He also watched him shoot Saunders, who was working with the AVTF. And when Powell tells him to shoot the cops in the face and the civilians, he finally has it and he turns. And I'm really glad he did. I felt like he was going to have.
Yeah, dude beside him, white dude beside him was like, yo, he going against the Kingpin. Shoot him in his face. It's Cherry from episode 1. You know, the OG cop from the original Netflix Daredevil series. Yeah, he was telling that man to shoot that man in the face. And he was like, bro, he's a cop just like us. He's one of ours, bro. I can't do that. He ends up knocking white boy out and he lets the civilians inside the courthouse.
A pretty decent redemption arc, and it looks like he's the one to kind of save the day, to contribute to saving the day. This allows the actual police force and the crowds to move into the court building. And at the same time, the AVTF goes for Daredevil and Karen, and a massive fight breaks out. Daredevil and Jessica Jones get to it, and Kingpin starts to realize that he really...
I ain't gonna lie. This took me back to the Netflix times, boy, when I saw a good old hallway fight from Daredevil. You know, Daredevil's famous for these hallway fights, man. My man used his little thing to his little shit, and it took him across the motherfucking room. He Superman punched the motherfucking. You know, Jessica don't play with not a bitch ass soul, so she was just taking shit out. Matt was trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, account for the civilians with the way that he was whooping ass. Jessica didn't care about nothing. She was ripping goddamn fire extinguishers off the goddamn wall and throwing them down the hall. She didn't care who it hit. She was going crazy. Salute to Kristen Ritter for showing back up in this season and being Jessica Jones, the one that we love. They didn't change her not one bit.
Has lost. Sheila takes the call from the Attorney General and says, if you renounce your citizenship and you leave New York, they won't press charges against you. It's your only option, leave. But Kingpin basically goes, nope, it's not my only option. My other option is to basically destroy everybody. And I love this scene where he opens the door. People are trying to...
My man Kingpin said, I'm not going anywhere. I will fight. He said he will fight. He wasn't bullshit when he said he will fight. When he opens the door, y'all.
Get in. Kingpin opens it, looks at the person right in front of him, goes boo, punches him in the face, sends him flying.
Bruh, he one-shotted this dude. Nah, y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Let me see.
Leave. But Kingpin basically goes, nope, it's not my only option. My other option is to basically destroy everybody. And I love this scene where he opens the door. People are trying to get in. Kingpin opens it, looks at the person right in front of him, goes boo, punches him in the face, sends him flying across the room. He hits the wall, and everybody sees just how terrifying Kingpin actually is. And the scene is just phenomenal. They do a great job of showing how ruthless and just how strong Kingpin really is. He's crushing people's skulls. He's breaking people's backs. Meanwhile, Daredevil and just
Bruh, he's downplaying it a little bit. Kingpin didn't play with nobody. He was walking through that crowd, soul punching everybody. One hit, bow. Dude cracked open head. One hit, bow. He hit someone. He backhanded some woman and snapped her neck. He picked a dude up in the air and cracked his back on the wall. Broke his shit on the wall. Like he picked dude up and broke his shit on the wall on some. Oh man, that shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Jessica Jones are taking care of the AVTF. Jessica Jones seems to have her full powers in this scene. She has her superhuman strength and durability. And of course, Daredevil is just kicking butt. And it's Kingpin versus the followers of Daredevil, and Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and our new White Tiger versus the followers of Kingpin until they eventually meet. Fisk makes one last plea, but nobody believes him, and the crowd attacks him. But Jessica Jones and Daredevil intervene. And Daredevil says something very interesting. He says, it's over for both of us. And he says this as he does not have his
Hold on, we downplaying this. We downplaying this. Hold up. Let me see. It's Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and the new White Tiger against the anti-vigilante task force. Hold up.
Superhuman strength and durability. And of course, Daredevil is just kicking butt. And it's Kingpin versus the followers of Daredevil, and Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and our new White Tiger versus the followers of Kingpin until
that necklace gave that little girl superhuman powers. She was whooping ass. She was beating down grown men.
They eventually meet. Fisk makes one last plea, but nobody believes him, and the crowd attacks him. But Jessica Jones and Daredevil intervene. And Daredevil says something very interesting. He says, it's over for both of us. And he says this as he does not have his Daredevil mask on. He took it off. And Daredevil basically says, this is it. This is the end. Whether we like it or not, it's the end. Choose how you're going to go out. I believe you love this city like I do. And if you do love this city, take the deal and leave. Otherwise, we're just going to go in a circle and we'll.
You know this is fiction. This man killed all those people on that boat, did all these illegal dealings while he was in the mayor's office, and then he killed more people in that courthouse. He was walking through there one-shotting people. He hit this one dude and his face turned into bologna. And all they told him was, take the deal and leave the city and we won't prosecute you. After he killed all them people. I love fiction, bro.
Wind up right back here. It'll poison us. More people will die and it won't stop. Fisk reluctantly takes the deal. And I actually like this part where he says, you'll understand if I don't shake your hand. And Daredevil actually says, yeah, Wilson. Not Fisk, but calling him directly by his first name. Yeah, Wilson, because they do truly know each other. This battle has been going on for an incredibly long time. And this most certainly is not the end of that battle. Because
it's definitely not over, because if that was the case, we wouldn't be getting to season 3. Season 3, the Defenders are back. Season 3, the Defenders are back, man.
As these final scenes here set up so much for the future. And we'll start with what I think is a Spider-Man setup. We've been hearing a lot of reports recently that Marvel has plans for a big street level crossover. The Defenders, who are now back.
Hold on. Could we end up, because, okay, so walk with me here, y'all. You heard what he just said. Marvel is planning for a large street level, like combination TV show or movie. I'm thinking, right? This is just me thinking. they're probably going to do, because they're starting another trilogy with Spider-Man. This next Spider-Man movie that's coming out this summer, that's the beginning of a new trilogy. So we have 2 more movies from Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Could the third movie be an Avengers street level movie with Spider-Man, the Punisher, Daredevil, all of the Defenders against Kingpin as the street level Thanos, and all the little street level criminals that he can employ to go against that team? Could it be we might get a proper Sinister Six movie, and this might be why Spider-Man needs to go get these other characters to go against Kingpin and the Sinister Six? I love all of it, motherfucker.
Officially, with Spider-Man and other villains, and I assume Kingpin is going to be one of those villains, if not the main villain they go up against. So at the end, Matt Murdock is arrested for the so-called crimes of Daredevil, and he ends up in prison. He ends up in prison with the rest of the AVTF, which that's going to
Bullshit. Y'all see that? How they let him, this dude that killed all of those people, he sunk a boat full of people and illegal guns, and then he killed all those people in the courtroom. They let Kingpin go free, and they locked up Daredevil, the motherfucker who was trying to stop him.
be interesting to see how that plays out, because you know they don't like him and they're going to go for him. But in Spider-Man Brand New Day, we see Peter Parker at a prison and he's fighting the Hand, and the Hand is typically a Daredevil villain. In fact, Matt fought that organization in the Netflix series. And keep in mind, Peter Parker knows who Matt Murdock is. Matt Murdock was his lawyer, and even though Matt probably doesn't remember who Peter is because of Doctor Strange's spell, Peter knows who Matt is, and now it has been revealed that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. And of course, it's going to be in the news that Matt Murdock / Daredevil has been arrested, and he is...
Could we see Spider-Man breaking Daredevil out of prison in this movie? This movie might have a whole lot more twists and turns than we even really know about. The Spider-Man movie is said to be the introduction of Jean Grey from the X-Men. We know the Hulk is in the movie and he's going to turn into the Savage Hulk again. As a matter of fact, he's going to be Grey Hulk. We know that the Punisher's in this movie. What else? What else? I think the Venom symbiote is in this movie as well. Early prediction, y'all.
Now in prison. So it's going to be very well known, which is probably why the Hand would be after Matt in prison, and how Spider-Man / Peter would find that out. As he's dealing with a lot of villains in Spider-Man Brand New Day, he might find out that the Hand is after Matt Murdock, a person that he knows is a good person, and therefore he goes to the prison to defend Matt. And let's keep in mind, there is also this scene where Spider-Man is jumping at a lot of members of the Hand ninjas, and it does seem like some of those...
If y'all notice in that last scene, Peter has his mask off. Man, what the hell is happening here?
At a lot of members of the Hand ninjas, and it does seem like some of those ninjas are jumping below Spider-Man, like somebody has been edited out below him. And I think this is Daredevil. If somebody is indeed edited out below him, I think Daredevil makes the most sense. I
agree.
Don't think this is going to be Sadie Sink's Jean Grey. I don't think it's the Hulk, because the Hulk would just simply take care of the Hand ninjas pretty easily. I don't think the Punisher could really take a fall like that. Like, he could, but I don't think he's just jumping at the Hand like this. I think the most logical option is this is Daredevil, and we might finally get that Spider-Man Daredevil team up like we've been hoping for. Also, keep in mind that in the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, Sheila is Mayor.
That is 100% Daredevil in that shot. Hold on. Look at this bottom ninja right here, right? If they're jumping at Peter, Peter's coming in at an angle. They're jumping down this way. Why would you be jumping this way if he's up this way? These guys are coming this way to attack him. There's somebody down here. He might even be helping down here. There's somebody right here.
Like, he could, but I don't think he's just jumping at the Hand like this. I think the most logical option is this is Daredevil, and we might finally get that Spider-Man Daredevil team up like we've been hoping for. Also, keep in mind that in the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, Sheila is Mayor. Sheila is giving the key to the city to Spider-Man. So perhaps Spider-Man helps Matt get out of prison, and then Sheila kind of pardons Daredevil and allows Matt to stay out. Because it seems very clear now, since Sheila gave the key to the city to Spider-Man, it seems very clear that vigilantes are not only legal again, but now they're actually celebrated. So I don't think Matt stays...
Hold on. Because I know I've seen some clips for season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. He's definitely in jail because they got him dressing out in them jail urns. So he's definitely in jail. So is he in jail the whole season? Boo. I do not want to see a Daredevil in jail the whole season. If he don't put the suit on, what are we doing?
Stays in prison for that long. And so it seems like the ending does set some things up for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And that is not the only thing it sets up, as Luke Cage has officially arrived in the MCU, and he is indeed the father of Danielle. As she yells,
Salute to Mike Coulter for coming back as Luke Cage. We didn't want no recast. We don't need no recast. Mike Coulter is our Luke Cage. If anybody can remember season 1 and season 2 of the Netflix series, we as a people was locked in because the shit was fire.
Daddy as he shows up and she runs into his arms. So in the MCU, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are together. They have their daughter Danielle, much like they do in the comics, and the Defenders are returning / have kind of returned because we're really only missing one person.
If all goes well and Iron Fist returns as well, Danny Rand, the original guy that played him, we might get a Heroes for Hire TV show, which I'm down for, but they got to keep it that gritty Netflix style, just like this.
Person now, and that is Danny Rand / Iron Fist. But you might have seen some leaked photos from Daredevil Born Again Season 3. If you would like to avoid official spoilers for Daredevil Born Again Season 3, skip ahead about 30 seconds.
Ain't no skipping ahead, ho. If you here with me, you know this is spoiler country. Jack, we out here.
These photos show us the Defenders are indeed actually back, Iron Fist included, as we do have a photo with all of them there, including Finn Jones, who plays Iron Fist. These were taken from the set of Daredevil Born Again Season 3, so it seems like the Defenders are going to have a pretty decent role in the next season of Daredevil Born Again. Now, we found out that Luke Cage...
I'm here for it. Salute to everybody coming back. We've been asking for years after they canceled those TV shows. We've been asking for years for them to come back and for them to be playing these characters and for these characters to come back. So salute to Marvel for finally listening to the fans for once.
Was working for Mr. Charles, and in this scene, we find out that Mr. Charles has found somebody else to take the place of Luke Cage. Now, Luke Cage, the hero for hire, has superhuman strength and unbreakable skin thanks to a sabotaged experiment. And the Luke Cage, Jessica...
He's actually pretty fast, too. They did some little football combine training in the original series. And Luke Cage pretty fast, too.
Jones and Defender series, we learn about him, and we obviously assume that this is going to be the exact same character that is brought into the MCU, much like Daredevil, Kingpin, and Jessica Jones. He was once a fugitive who rebuilt his life and then actually became somewhat of a celebrity. And now he fights crime and corruption in New York City. And him and Jessica Jones have obviously gotten together. They did this in the Jessica Jones series, and they have quite a complicated past. In fact, at one point in time in the Jessica Jones series, Jessica kills Luke Cage's wife. Now, ultimately, Luke Cage does find out that
that is kind of crazy at how they got them being together like how they are in the comics. But in the Netflix series, under the hypnosis of the Purple Man, Jessica ends up killing Luke Cage's first wife. And it's just a nasty situation, man.
Jessica Jones was forced to do this via mind control from Kilgrave and ultimately forgives her, and it seems like all is well now because they're together and they have a daughter. And Alias seems to be back in business, or at least it might be back in business when we go to Daredevil Born Again Season 3. Alias Investigations is Jessica Jones's private...
I love it. I love it. Bring them back, because now you're opening the door for Rosario Dawson to come back as Night Nurse, Claire Temple. You're opening the door for Colleen Wing to come back. You know, the Iron Fist partially gave some of his power to her the last we checked in the original Netflix series, and she was running around New York City as the immortal Iron Fist because Danny Rand had to chill for a little while. We could see Misty Knight coming back. Remember, she got the bionic arm. With her being in the MCU now, they could take that arm and turn it into some crazy shit now. She might have some shit from Wakanda now.
Detective agency that she established. in her Netflix series. And I really do love how they are bringing all of that back into the MCU, and they decided to keep it instead of getting rid of it. Because at one point in time, we learned for Daredevil Born Again Season 1, that was the plan, to kind of act like these are different characters from the Netflix show. But thanks to Charlie Cox, who plays Matt Murdock / Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, they fought to have the continuity stay the same and be connected. And now look what has happened. We're getting the entire Defenders back, which is awesome. Now, Luke Cage was working for Mr. Charles, and the new person that he found was Bullseye. And
I'm telling you, we might end up seeing Bullseye working for Val and being with the Thunderbolts. I think they're supposed to be coming out with a Thunderbolts 2 movie, because right now they're called the New Avengers. There might be another Thunderbolts movie in the future, and he might be with them. He was a great character. I wouldn't mind seeing him again.
love this. I was already starting to think that perhaps Bullseye could go on to become a part of a Dark Avengers team, a team that possibly Mr. Charles and Valentina Allegra de Fontaine could form themselves. It's obvious that the two of them are kind of shady. Mr. Charles, or Mr. Robertson, as he's called on the plane, works for the CIA, but it also seems like he works with / for Valentina. Now, Valentina was under fire in the Thunderbolts, but then she got the Thunderbolts / New Avengers team and kind of saved the city from Sentry. At least that's how she played it off. So she probably was able to get in the good graces of the...
I'm anxious to see exactly where she is by the time Avengers Doomsday comes up, because it's not like she's not going to be in the movie. She's going to be in the movie. We're going to see her. No way.
Government. So it doesn't surprise me that she is still very active and a very powerful person. But the Thunderbolts are a very public facing group now, or the New Avengers. They can't do necessarily a lot of dirty work that Valentina might want them to do. So her and Mr. Charles establishing a new group that can do things that the New Avengers might not do makes a lot of sense.
Who in the MCU right now could you see on this Dark Avengers team? We got Bullseye here. Who else could we see that exists right now in the current continuity that could be on this Dark Avengers team? I'm trying to think, man. This could, since they're introducing mutants, this could be a door opening for a Sabretooth to come around. We get another live action Sabretooth. We've had 2 so far. Liv Shiver and Tyler Kane. I liked both of them. We get a new MCU version of Sabretooth. He could end up on the Dark Avengers.
They can do the dirty work. And this could either be a new Thunderbolts team or a Dark Avengers team. Whatever it is, I'm glad Bullseye is sticking around in the MCU. Now, as far as Mr. Robertson is concerned, this does seem to be a character that really was specifically made for the MCU. That's what Matthew Lillard, the actor who plays Mr. Charles / Mr. Robertson, said in interviews. This character is new. It's made up for the show. And I don't know of a Mr. Robertson that Matthew Lillard's character could be in the MCU. The only Robertson we really know of is Robbie Robertson from the Daily Bugle. And clearly this character is not that character. So I think he's just someone who works for the CIA and works with Valentina, who does a lot of dirty work. And I actually think, since he promised the governor that he was going to take care of the Kingpin problem, that he is the one who actually hired Bullseye to take out Kingpin. And that's why Bullseye...
That is 100% what happened. You got to remember, Kingpin and Buck punked the shit out of him earlier this season. You know, they were supposed to have been trading guns and things of that nature, and Kingpin didn't uphold his end of the deal. You know, a guy like Mr. Charles, who has his hands in all these different dark organizations, you thought he was just going to walk away with you punking him like that? Nah, not at all. So yeah, he had to get his get back. I understand.
Was there at the end getting rid of the fake Bullseye, because Mr. Robertson tipped him off and said, hey, you have a job if you can do this for me. And of course, we see them on a plane together going to do something, whatever it is. I can't wait to find out. Then, of course, we have the confirmation that Heather...
Look at this crazy motherfucker, man. Look at it. Be the fine ones. Just be crazy than a motherfucker.
Glenn does indeed go on to become Lady Muse. A lot of people thought that it was really weird that they killed Muse off.
Look at this crazy motherfucker, man. This is somebody who Daredevil's gonna have to contend with in season 3. She's gonna take out a lot of people before they even figure out that it's her and that it's not somebody from the grave, that it's in fact a copycat and that it's her. I can't wait to see it. That's good writing though.
So quickly because he's such a big Daredevil villain, but alas, they had a plan this entire time, and I gotta say it makes sense. And they did it quite well because in the comics, when we do get a female muse, she is actually haunted, literally, by the old spirit of the old muse, which is basically what we saw throughout this season. But they did it in a very
Johnny said Daredevil in jail, he can't do nothing. Hey, yo, Johnny, that's a fact, bro. You know he gonna end up breaking out, man. Either the Defenders are gonna break him out or Spider-Man might break him out.
interesting way
at this
with
crazy
psychology and guilt and PTSD. She puts on the mask, and when she looks in the mirror, she sees herself without the mask smiling. And this is because of what she said in her book that we heard. Those who wear the masks, those are
So because Matt Murdock no longer wants to clap your cheeks, you want to go all club hostile, hotel hostile on the motherfucker and start cutting people up and using their blood to make paintings and shit. Bitch, you crazy. Hey man, they be the fine ones, bro. They be crazy than the motherfucker.
actually the real people, the true people. It's those who don't wear the masks that are actually the fake ones. So this is them telling us this is who she actually is, Muse. And we have actually seen leaked photos of Daredevil season 3 of her as Lady Muse.
Look
We
at
didn't
this crazy motherfucker, man. Where are you going with this entire outfit? You know she crazy.
see BB gets a job at the New York Bulletin, where her uncle Ben Urich worked. He was a big player throughout the Netflix Daredevil series, and Kingpin sadly killed him. It looks like she is in the exact office that he was in before. And we even get a cameo from Mitchell Ellison, the editor-in-chief at the New York Bulletin, who we saw throughout the Daredevil series and who worked very closely with BB's Uncle Ben. Now, I'm not going to lie, I kind of hate this scene. She has a picture of her and Daniel on her desk, but it is totally her fault that Daniel died.
That's
I
a
really
fact.
love Daniel as a character. I thought he was very likable.
But we're not gonna do that because Daniel could have left with her. He could have left with her. He decided not to.
And he just wanted New York City to be better. He unfortunately got caught up in a mess, and he did the heroic thing by not giving BB up, but it is entirely BB's fault since she was leaking everything that he ended up dead. So I kind of hate to see this here, but let me know your thoughts about this. And the final thing of this series, of this season that we see is Kingpin on a beach and Matt Murdock in a prison cell.
Bullshit.
Matt is actually happy. It's finally over. He doesn't care that he's in prison. The war with him and Kingpin and for the city is over. They won't be terrorized anymore. New York can go on and be happy. And for that reason, even though Matt is in prison, he's happy. But the opposite is Kingpin being free. He's on a beach where Vanessa
Again, no wife. That boy Kingpin got no wife. He got no mayor's office. He got no gang. And remember how vicious he was when he had everything. Now this is a man who's coming from completely nothing. I think we're going to get a whole different type of Kingpin this time. Says Kingpin going to run for president. Hell, he might as well. Shit. Sound like somebody else I know.
said she wanted to go. And he is unhappy because he has nothing. He lost Vanessa. He lost New York. He has freedom, but there's nothing else for him, which is probably why he's going to, well, definitely come back to New York in Daredevil Born Again season 3 and
he's going to come back as the real Kingpin.
possibly this big Spider-Man Defenders crossover film that we've been hearing about, which I, for one, cannot wait to see.
Oh, man. Salute, salute, salute. Daredevil Born Again season 2 was fire. I enjoyed that. That episode was definitely a great finale. It definitely does set up a whole lot of stuff. This whole little arc that they have with all the street level villains, where it's going to lead from Daredevil to Punisher to Spider-Man to, yeah, we're definitely headed towards a big street level crossover movie. Vincent D'Onofrio said a little while ago that Marvel has some sort of licensing issue or something like that where he can't be in the movies. Yo, Marvel, get y'all heads out of y'all asses, man. We need that, dog. We need that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Cosmic Wonder, man. Salute to everybody that showed up for the sesh, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you watched them religiously or in passing or on the rewind. Salute, salute. what do you think of The Boys season 5 so far? Do we feel like they're dropping the ball? I kind of feel like this is being long and drawn out. Although I did enjoy the last episode when Sam ran through all those different comedians. He tore what is it, Seth Rogen in half. That shit was funny as hell. But yeah, I don't know. They're kind of drawing it out to me, and there's not enough action. Not enough. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Salute. I'm Fried, Died, and Laid to the side. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been another live sesh with the Offenders Initiative podcast, and we out.